How's it going, buddy? You good?
Yeah, very good. Nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good, thank you. You a fight fan?
Yeah. I watched it today.
Did you watch it? What did you
Yeah,
think?
I was going for Canelo, but I mean, you can't. Even though I'm biased towards him, he got outclassed the whole fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crawford's a very slick box, man. It's hard to hit. It's fast. He adapts very well. The only
yeah.
problem I thought would be the weight. He obviously was okay with it.
I don't watch much boxing. I've seen a lot of the Canelo fights, but I haven't seen much of Crawford. I'm more into UFC and Muay Thai.
Ah, okay. Do you do that yourself?
Yeah. I got my first fight coming up in October.
Sick.
Yeah,
How'd you
bro.
feel?
I mean, it's nerve wracking, but I'll be on the same card as my little brother, so both of us will be going in together on the same one. So it should be pretty sick.
Who's going in first?
Probably him. They do the lower weights first.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is his first professional fight as well.
Pardon?
Is this his first professional fight as well?
No, we're both amateur, but he beat me to it. He did one before earlier this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm doing one now. Actually, pretty much by virtue of the real world because I was working full time and then I
Yeah.
managed to quit my job and do this. That's why he beat me because he got to it first because he's still in school, so he has time to train for his fight.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Let's lock in. So let's
Cool.
start by your name, where you're from, and how old are you?
My name's Lachie. I'm from Sydney, Australia, and I'm 20 years old.
Okay, dope. And what brought you to the school, the platform, the real world?
It was right as I finished year 12, pretty much. I knew that I was going into uni. I did well in school, and I was doing construction management at uni. And I just thought I was just looking at the jobs that that would come out of uni, and I'm just thinking 3 years, and then you have to work however long in a job to start even just making even close to half a mil. I'm going to be in the job for like 15, 20 years. I'm just like, there's no way. There has to be a quicker route. So I've been listening to Andrew Tate for a while. I was watching all the emergency meetings, and I just figured that's when there was a lot of they were going really heavy on the marketing. So I definitely got kind of joined with the hype and the flashy lifestyle and the cars, and then ever since then I've just been locked in and focusing on that.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I speak about quite often, especially with Andrews. That sometimes people think that he's just trying to be flashy. No, he's kind of trying to show the lifestyle you can have, so
Yeah,
that you'll
exactly.
start to see that. And it's great. You saw that, you took that, and you thought, okay, do you know what? How do I get myself in that position? And then
Yeah,
you make the move. So, what do you find different from like traditional schooling compared to the real world? What would you say would be the things that stand out the most?
just a defined roadmap. The fact that it's binary. You do this and you'll succeed. You don't do this and you won't succeed. Whereas in school, it's so fugazi. It's like, oh, you might get a good job if you do this and you get this degree, but your class of 400 people have the same degree, and it's whoever applies first might get the job and all that bullshit. And then you're in the real world, and you kind of get told that look, it seems simple being said to you, but if you're not going to apply yourself and you're not going to do it, you're going to get nothing out of it. So they show you what to do, but then you have to go and do it. Whereas you can't just sit through and pass and get good marks because you won't get anything out of it.
Yeah, school success is very vague. That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah, it's very vague.
It's not like it's impossible, but there's still the unknown. Whereas I feel like with the real world, because it's literally been tailored to kind of
Mm,
walk people through the process, and like you said, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's
mm.
something that if you are going to be successful in it, you have to apply yourself. So it also forces that accountability on you as the person it's your money. Do you want to waste
Yeah.
your money or do you use it and make more money? Like
And
it's your
success is also tied to money. So when you're in school, your success is tied to your marks and how well you do in the final grade. Whereas you're not gonna, you can show how many lessons you've done in the real world, and people are just gonna laugh at you and say, "How much money have you made?" Because if you're not applying anything in real life, you're not doing
yeah,
anything.
yeah, that's true. So what did you gravitate to on the school that like in terms of courses did you end up
Mm.
going towards?
So I started in the Hustlers campus, and
Yeah.
I was flipping Montclair jackets. I was buying like 10 at a time, and I was selling them on Facebook Marketplace and on Depop, and I was getting money like that. And I made probably $1,000 or $2,000. It wasn't that much. And then I was at the same time going through because I knew how to do that beforehand. So I was going through the courses for e-commerce. And when I was doing e-commerce, I was getting into organic marketing and filming TikToks every day and trying to sell this little. It was like a car charger that put stars on your roof like a starlight. It was so gimmicky, and I was trying to sell it, and I was having a really hard time. And I thought, look, I know that if I quit now, if I'm not going to be able to get any sales from it, then
Yeah.
what's the point of me joining it? So I said, if I want to move business campuses, if I want to change courses, I have to at least get a sale and make something, because otherwise I've just wasted a month or two of my life. So I kept grinding at it for another month, and I got my first sale. And that was kind of like my get out of jail freak out. I was like, all right, I'm done with this campus, because I hate making content. Because I've never really been, I don't scroll. I don't know what people like to watch. So I struggled selling, but I got a sale. And then I moved into the crypto investing campus and the AI campus. So AI, my business model to make the money, and then doing crypto investing just so I know what to do with the money when I make it.
Okay. And is that where you've had your most success?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And what was the difference between those two courses? What was the thing that turned the page for the crypto one, but not for the e-commerce and that stuff?
So with the crypto, obviously, you're not really with investing, at least you're not getting the cash flow. So between the difference of the two cash flow ones, the AI and the e-commerce,
Yeah.
I've always been pretty into new technology and stuff like that, and also just the fact that it's so heavily focused on being able to get people to watch your videos, do stuff like that. I've just never found myself to be very good at it. And I knew that people make a lot of money on e-commerce, so that was what got me into it. But I didn't really have any passion whatsoever for it. I just thought, okay, this can make me money. Whereas with AI, I'm pretty interested in it, and every day I'm learning all this stuff that I had no idea existed beforehand. So I enjoy it while I'm learning at the same time. So maybe there's that factor that I'm enjoying while I'm doing it more than e-commerce. But it's definitely helped me stay focused on it, because even if I'm not making money, I'm learning. And then when you start doing both at the same time, it's pretty rewarding.
Yeah, yeah, 100% agreed. And what's the number, without saying your exact number, but what sort of figures have you made in the real world so far?
In the last month, I did my first it was a 10K month, my last month. I don't mind saying exactly how much. My first ever 10K month, and no matter working in jobs, stuff like that, because I had a pretty good job from my university in construction management, and even this is supposedly good. They were paying me about 3,500 Australian. So for American dollars, that's probably around 2.3 American. That's what I was getting, which was considered good. So my first 10K month last month, and then this month it's pretty much the same trajectory, and some big projects on the horizon as well. And I partnered up with two other Gs. We've got to go in the UK, so we're doing work overseas now as well at the same time, staying up late, jumping on calls, and really just a whole different lifestyle change for me. So very rewarding. Even just the experience of doing business and speaking to people that make a lot more money than me, it's very motivating.
That's amazing. And we're so happy that you are able to accomplish that.
Thank you, bro.
What would you say is the community like for you inside the real world?
Well, you got the captains in all the campuses. I haven't interacted with any outside of the AI campus, but within the AI campus in particular, I don't know if that's just how Pope and Cam run it when they're doing it, but they're very helpful and they're very knowledgeable in what they're doing, and they're willing to help you, but they also make you go out and figure it out yourself if it's a stupid question. So you don't get slammed for asking silly stuff, but it's very they're trying to help you learn and grow. So nothing's handed to you, but that's the beauty of it. Because when nothing's handed to you, you can sustain it. You can actually keep making money. You don't just get lucky and then fall off.
Yeah, and you can keep going that way. Like it's just the
Mm.
whole give a man a net, he can fish forever. Give him a fish if you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
throw it.
yeah.
So it's the same sort of thing. So you made 10K in the real world your
Mhm.
last 2 months. What's your goal moving forward? And
20K.
how? And also talk to me how exactly you made that. How?
So I started the first few months doing it. It was pretty rough. I was doing a lot of cold calling, and this is when I was at work as well. I used to work 7 to 5, and I worked an hour and a half away. So I was out of my house for 10 hours of work and then 3 hours commute. So I only really had my lunch break, and on my lunch break I was doing cold calling and trying to get sunlight, like Luke always tells you to do every day. Get sunlight. So I'm outside on my phone. Everyone's looking at me like, "How? Why are you taking so many phone calls?" And I got my first sale doing cold calling. But the thing with the cold calling, because I was doing it so much and I was getting barely any sales, I really built my sales ability, my speaking ability. And then I started speaking to people in person and going to these in person networking events like BNI, Chamber of Commerce, stuff like that. And started landing clients face to face and realized that it was just so much better because first of all, people can see you're being genuine, and second of all, they can't hang up on you in person. So you can keep on going with what you have to say and explain and really hit it home. So I started doing that. Met up with another guy who's doing AI. Went to the gym and realized that he was trying to sell. He was trying to sell what I was building, and I was trying to build what he was selling. So he was doing a good job. He was getting clients and getting some money in, and he's freaking out. He's like, "How do I build what I'm selling? And I'm building all this stuff, but I'm not. I've got no one to sell it to." So we partnered up in that sense, and then started working with this other guy in the UK as well, who's doing building like me. And it was really almost like it was just like straight up after we all got together and then we had 1 month where it was very heavily invested in systems and making sure we could do it properly and figuring each other out. And is this a good decision? Second month, which was last month, it literally went straight to first 10K a month from like a grand or two the month before.
That's amazing. I love that. So have you heard anything about the whole new 2.0 the real world? So they're going to be doing a job board, which is
Yeah, I'm
pretty
looking
cool.
forward to that.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah, someone like you who again you had something and it went hand in hand with someone else and you was able to find
Mm.
like-minded person, you was able to grow. Are you looking for to a feature like that where you can find someone who actually is like devoted, trying to learn, young, hungry, ready to understand the new technologies that are coming out and figure out how the market works? And how do you feel like that's going to help you progress going forward?
Well, I want to run a team. I want to have a team of people and be able to teach people to build and have the same sort of templates as me, and then be selling these things and doing all these calls and stuff like that, but have people who are maybe in my position like I was in 3 or 4 months ago that need their first chance to show what they can do, and then give them that chance and have them working with me and for me. So whether they want to do one job and spear off and do their own thing, but just giving them that chance, which will benefit the both of us. Because I only found these guys through joining the war council at the time. So then there was obviously the icebreaker, because we all know that we're in it here. You have to make your first 10,000, I believe, to join in the first place to join the council. So after doing that, it was a lot easier. But having that barrier crossed with the job board and then being able to accept payments through the real world is going to be way more helpful.
Yeah, I really can't wait for that. I generally think that there's going to be something that we'll later on find big companies coming in to try uh, take students directly to board, because it's such an asset to have. And like I said, like what you want is young, hungry people who are willing to learn. And like it's a mindset. This one of the things I think about the real world is the people that you'll find that are successful in there have a certain mindset and have built that mindset through the real world. So explain to me what your mindset was when you first applied for the course. Like where was you mentally? Do you feel like did you and where do you feel like you've developed and grown stronger?
I've grown in every area. When I first joined, Ace was doing the second run of the positive masculinity challenge inside of the real world. So it was like I've still to this day I've still got my phone on grey mode. It's still black and white. So that was what they were telling you to do: dopamine detoxing, essentially. No music, no movies, no social media, stuff like that. And then you have to check in every day.
Yeah.
Is my connection bad, or is this? Or are you dropping off? I
It's
can't
a
tell.
little bit. It's cutting in and out, but it gets better and it gets worse.
Yeah.
Right now.
Okay, cool, cool. But yeah, I was doing the positive masculinity challenge the first month that I joined, pretty much. So that was the biggest boost. So that wasn't really to do with making money as such. That was just getting in the right mindset and understanding that it's all just going to be hard work. You have to just keep working. It's not going to be easy. And everything kind of happened all at once from that point. Life kind of hit me in the face, and I left high school, realized that not everyone's just going to hold your hand anymore, and then just kept going up from there.
Yeah, the true realization that you come to is nothing is given. Nothing.
Mm,
Everything is you, and it's down to you. You're born in this world alone, you die alone. So you have to learn alone. You've got to figure it out. And for men, it's a lot harder because we have a duty to protect and to provide for people. So we're looked at as at some point there's going to be someone who's looking at you, whether it's your child or your girlfriend, think like, I need you to make sure that I'm okay. And you have to be capable of doing that. And if you're not, you will fall to the wind. So
And
I
you can
think
look at that and be scared or use it as motivation.
exactly. I think it's very good that the real world really tries to push that
Mm,
model. Like you said, it's forcing people to take accountability for their actions. And even though we do help you and give you the tools, you still have to use the tools. It's
yeah.
still your job to use the tools. You said when you first joined the real world, at first you was in the Huss's campus, and then you switched over to crypto and AI.
Mm.
Did you find the right in the beginning when you join, it kind of asks you a few questions to see like which campus would probably be best for you? Did you find
Yeah.
that useful?
Yeah, I did find it useful, but I fit the category for a couple of them. So it
Yeah,
wasn't really that I feel like I joined the wrong one. It was just that there was a couple that I could have chosen, and maybe I didn't choose the best one for me by doing e-commerce when the amount that was the amount of work and the type of work that I was putting into that, I just preferred to do AI. So that was really just figuring it out for myself. But in terms of what I could have done, there was nothing stopping me from just giving it my all and not leaving the e-commerce campus. I used to think about what if I just stayed in there and I have an extra couple of months of experience, but you can't really think in hindsight. So, and I made the right decision in the end because I'm doing better off now. But yeah, I think that they're good qualifying questions.
yeah.
Mm.
And what was some of the difficulties that you found in the real world, or was there any sort of difficulties that you found or barriers that you had to overcome, and how did you overcome them?
I think I was just one of those guys, like a lot of people that when they first join, that maybe it's not working, and you're like, oh, these methods maybe they don't work. I'm not making money straight away. So I was kind of in the thought process of, okay, I'm going to join the real world and I'm going to start making money straight away, stuff like that. But not really. I just realized that I had to lock in and I had to really focus and get out what I wanted to get out of it instead of just waiting for it.
Yeah, a lot of people do realize you kind of figure out it's a you problem.
Yeah, there's a turning point, 100%. And the real world just helps you find it, in my opinion. And if you want to go in the chats and complain like some people do, you find out pretty quickly that no one's there to, counsel you on whether you have motivation or not. You just have to realize that no one's got motivation every day. It's
Yeah,
discipline over motivation every time.
yeah. And discipline trumps motivation all the time too, because
Yeah.
it's just a constant building process of getting better and better. Motivation's up and down, and some days you're not on it, some days you are. Like dedication is a duty, a care. I have to do this. There's no other choice. Is to making it. So 100%. There's a big difference in that. So how long have you been in the real world, and when did you make your first dollar? Like, how long did it take you to make your first dollar?
I've been in for probably just over a year. I think it's maybe 400 days, 390 days. And I haven't missed one day. My streak's a perfect upwards line. It looks pretty satisfying on my account. And I can't break it now. So I started making money quite early on, just because I was already flipping stuff and selling clothes when I joined the real world. But my first sale purely based off of real world tactics and not knowing anything to do whatsoever. Probably about 3 months in. So I spent the first 2 months digesting a lot of content. And then in the third month, I started going a lot heavier and posting on TikTok every day, trying to sell my product through Aircom. And then probably the 3 month mark, I had my first sale.
It's such a exhilarating feeling as well, because once you
Mm.
realize you can make your first dollar, it's like okay, if I can make one, I can make as many as I
I
like.
mean,
It's just how do I?
realistically, yeah, realistically, I could have made it in my first week or two, depending on what I was doing and how much effort I was going to put in. So it could have been 3 months, 6 months, or 1 month. But if there's probably some guys out there that they might see this and even think, oh, I can't wait 3 months to make my first dollar. Like if you just get in and give it your all, you can make money straight away. It just depends on where you're at mentally.
Amazing. I love that. So let me ask this last question. What would be your message to those people who sit back and think, oh, do I join this program? Is it a scam? Do I have the time? What would be your words of wisdom for those people?
Well, you're going to figure it out one way or the other. So you've got two paths. You can either figure it out and, like my thought process, you can take 3 years out of your life and go to university and then get that job and then sit there and look at all your peers around you and, your fat manager who looks like he's not happy, who you're about to, you're going to work towards that and then have the realization. Or you can join the real world and you can either A, realize and start making money, or B, you think, okay, it's not for me, and you just made that decision in like 2 months, and now you can get back on the uni path. So it's a no brainer.
Amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that. And we're so happy that you are out there making 10K now. Like, we're really proud to see that. We want you to
Thank
keep
you very
going.
much.
And again, we've added a job board like specifically for people like you, so you can go in there
Mm.
and kind of elevate others and build yourself and build your company while showing people the ropes and then figuring it out, in a place where people can actually get hired from a school. Again, I think it's completely unheard of. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, 100%.
you're able to utilize that to the best of your ability. And we are proud of you, bro.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
Appreciate
it.
appreciate you, G.
See you, bro. Bye.